Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I guess you can call it a podcast. You guys, we're here today to talk about Married to Medicine. It is called Going Back to Blue Ridge. And we start off with Dr. Contessa and her daughter. Nothing to see there. We see Dr. Heavenly with Allura, and she looks really pretty. And Dr. Heavenly is trying to help Allura put up one of the display items, and she's messing all up. It was so cute. Allura just looked up and said, "Clock out." I said, "Yes, ma'am." She is definitely Dr. Heavenly's daughter. Then we have Dr. Jackie talking to one of her either nurses or something. I don't know, maybe the practitioner. I'm not sure, but she said that she saw two of her babies that she helped deliver, and one of them is pregnant, and she feels like she's going to be a grandmother. So that's got to be special. Like honestly, I think Dr. Jackie has it good. She really does. Even though I think it's probably really hard for her wanting a baby and being around all the babies and delivering babies or whatever. Maybe it's still hard for her. I'm not sure, but I mean, it would have to be a little hard for her. But other than that, Dr. Jackie has a really nice life. I mean, look at me on the outside, not really living her life, but it seems like she does. Like, I would love to deliver babies and then see them grow up and have their, like, it's just amazing to me. Like, it's amazing when I look at my baby and she's now a grown up or whatever. Like, it's just amazing. Okay, and I think I said amazing like 1,200 times just then, but y'all know what I mean. Next, we have Miss Quad, coming up to Anila's house, ready to be messy. She is on a messy mission, y'all. And y'all know I love me some Quad. I know everybody don't love Quad. Love me some Quad. I love the craziest people, right? Quad, Dr. Heavenly. Like, because that's just kind of how my humor and how my personality goes. I'm sorry. But she was messy in this scene, and I think she did it to be messy. She got her point. I mean, she is friends with Anila. So yeah, I'm going back and telling my friend everything that was said too. So I ain't gonna lie, I'm not mad at it, but she was definitely being messy. So anyway, I'm skipping ahead. She comes to Anila's house and we hear the ring chimes. And you guys, I'm not clowning the ring. I have the ring. I love the ring. It's fine. But I just feel like if I had a house that was like millions of dollars, I wouldn't have ring camera everywhere. Like I just feel like I would have more of a high tech security system. You know what I mean? I mean, again, not clowning the ring, but I just feel like I would have something a little higher tech. That's all. But now Quad gets to telling her, how they were there and they were talking about her situation. And Contessa, had something to say. And Anila's like, yeah, when we were on FaceTime, she was definitely, giving me like the third degree. And then we get a flashback of everything Contessa's like, you didn't have this, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. And she's like, yeah. And then Toya, Quad is like, yeah. And Toya was over there laughing. And Anita was like, laughing. And she's like, yeah, she thought it was funny. And she's like, so basically, the consensus with them is that you had it all staged. And she's like, fuck that. I'm like, dang it, Quad. But again, that's her friend. So it is what it is. But it's just a delight. Like, she was so happy to go tell her this stuff. So yeah, that's all a problem. It's all problematic what Contessa and Toya was doing to me. Again, do I think or know anything about Toya thinking or knowing or helping to do anything to Anila's house? I have no clue. I actually don't care enough to have a clue. I just feel like their behavior not really cool. Anila actually makes a good point, and she says, "Why would I, come up with staging something like this in front of my kids? Like, why would I traumatize my kids like that?" And it's a very good point. I honestly, again, don't know anything about Toya's involvement or non-involvement. However, I'm just never buying the whole thing that Anila and Kieran came up with it, or staged it. Even though it was kind of weird that nothing was taken except her jewelry. But anyway, I don't have anything to do with that. I'm just saying. But I mean, I guess the same thing can go for Dorit. Or could it? Because Dorit's kids was asleep, right? And they never saw anything. Anyway, I'm off topic. But Quad tells Anila that she believes Toya was just trying to change the narrative, her narrative, onto Anila and pretty much kind of get all the smoke off of her sleeping with people in the neighborhood. And we get a little flashback of that or whatever. I don't know about that one. But Anila says, yeah, Toya didn't even call me or say sorry about what happened. I know we're not on the best of terms, but, I'm sorry. I hope you guys are okay. And I'm like, well, if she had something to do with it, she wouldn't. I'm just kidding, y'all. I don't know. But I still, oh, excuse me, actually feel like no. If they are not on the best of terms and I'm not really fooling with you like that. I mean, hell, Toya just said in the last episode that she didn't care about Dr. Heavenly's mother dying. So do you really think she cares about the fact that your house got broken into? Really? All right, you guys, we are at Dr. Jackie and Curtis's home. They are having Toya, not Toya, why do I keep saying Toya? They are having Simone and Dr. Simone and Curtis, not Curtis, was Cecil over. And I guess she told him to go get a charcuterie board, but instead he went and bought, Curtis went and bought stuff to go in a charcuterie board. Of course, Dr. Jackie don't cook. She don't know how to arrange a charcuterie board. But on top of that, she comes in, she's like, pork, 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 and I don't eat pork, so I understand what she's saying, but you know he's a man. So if you didn't tell him exactly what to get, that's on you, sis. But I also feel like Dr. Jackie nags a lot. Like Dr. Jackie is a negative Nelly when it comes to Curtis. And I'm like, I'm starting to see why he needed a little, I don't know. But she got to get it together because this wasn't the only time in the episode. I'm going to see if I can remember and point it out the next time. But she just kind of do a little bit too much. That's a little bit on you, Dr. Jackie. He's a man. Tell him you want turkey. Tell him to get a little bit of everything, even though he should know. You know your wife don't eat pork. Why are you getting everything pork? So I'm going to shoot her a little bit of bail on that one. He's a little wrong, but her nagging, it just seems like everything is wrong. Everything that he does. I don't know. All right, that's the other thing she did. As soon as Simone and Cecil walked in, she didn't even say hi to them. She just said, I asked Curtis to do this and he went and did that. And I'm like, dang, girl, okay. But I mean, it was a light moment. They laughed it off, but still, some of that is a little, I'm sure, to him. But, and she was eating, it was turkey meat. What you talking about? I saw you eating some turkey meat, girl. But I just think, I'm so happy that they're back together, y'all. I just love their friendship. I know the guys are probably relieved that the women are back together and they're able to do this back and forth and visiting and spending time together. I really do feel like the guys are probably happy about that. And I love seeing them together. All right, so during their little party, they talked about, the other party, and yeah, it was a shit show. And, all the arguing and everything. And Curtis said, listen, we haven't had hands thrown in a while. And I'm like, yeah, because y'all can't say ever. We had a little showdown. But Curtis say we should go back to where we first went. So they're gonna go back to Blue Ridge. Simone's hair looked really cute in this. Like Simone has really stepped it up, you guys, this season. Even her confessional, that ponytail she has, she looks really pretty. So yay, Simone. So yeah, they're gonna go back to Blue Ridge, and I am excited to see Audra and Toya get together for the first time. I'm like, are we doing this? Are we really doing this? But I fell asleep, you guys, after the whole thing with Dr. Contessa, and I don't want to watch it again. So what I do want to say about what I can remember, her little contest, the wig, the blonde wig. No, ma'am, why are you doing that? What is wrong with Dr. Contessa and her wigs and what her situation this season? Like, I feel like she's going through something all on her own. Like, she is in a whole category of her own, and I don't understand what's happening with her. I mean, did she do it because there were a lot of white women in this competition? I mean, there was some black women, right? I can't remember. But I do know that the tan, I feel like they did the tan a little too dark on her legs. And she looked good, though. Overall, her body looked good. I can't deny. Um, okay, she won. I don't know, she won what, first, second, something like that. So good for her. Scott and the family was really happy. The kids didn't look too delighted to really be there, especially her little smart Alec daughter. She was like, I don't want to see her half naked. But overall, they really cheered for her and they showed up. And you guys cannot tell me the way her and Scott was acting that all that shit they did last season was not put on. I feel like it was all put on. Like they're fine. They probably were fine last season, and I think it just kind of got away from them. The fact that they used it as their storyline, and people got really, really emotionally invested in it, and he was really, really coming out looking real bad. I think everything they was doing last season was a lie. That and which they displayed here, where he was like really all over her and had her back and really happy for her, that wasn't a put on. You could tell that was genuine and sincere. But did y'all catch the way she hugged her trainer? She grabbed his neck, y'all. She grabbed his neck. I'm sorry. You don't grab the neck of somebody you not with like that. You're not sleeping with, nothing like that. Like, you just give your trainer a little pat on the back, give him a little church hug, something like that. She literally grabbed his neck. And I was like, oh. But then, when her husband came, he fell back. He didn't look, put off or anything. So I could just be, seeing things. But I definitely saw the neck grab. So yeah, I thought it was cute that they were there for her. She won. Let's move on. All right, so everyone's on their way now, and I just saw Quad in there. I can't remember, was it Dr. Heavenly and some other people that's in the car with Audra and her husband? Is his name Mark? But we find out that they just had a 3-day wedding, and were they not married before, or did they just get married and this was the big wedding? I don't know. But then she said they were celibate before. Okay. Interesting. But they look like they had a good time. Audra said it was lit. It was really going on. And she was drinking. She was drunk. She's probably still drunk. I'm like, okay, sounds like a good time was had by all. She looked really beautiful. And yeah, 6 figures well spent, she said. And he said, whoo. I like them together. I love their humor. They're cute. Okay, so before I go on, I might add that I have not seen any more of this, you guys. I fell asleep right here. Like, after this part, I don't remember anything that happened. So I am watching this for the first time with you guys. So let's see what happens. I will say that maybe not Quad, maybe Audra and Toya will be able to just make up real quick and get it over with since she's on a high. You know what I mean? She's like, when you're feeling good, feeling positive, you don't really want any negativity. You don't let it bring you down. You're just like, okay, that was over with. That was then, this is now. So maybe they'll do okay. All right, so also on the way, we have our favorite two couples, Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie and their husbands, and they're talking about what's going to go down. So Cecil asked, are you guys going to address the elephants in the room? And I'm like, duh, this show, we definitely got to. That's the whole reason for going there. And they're like, yeah, we're going to address it, but nobody's going to be allowed to get up or storm off or throw anything in anyone's faces. And if you get physical, you got to go. And I'm like, okay, sounds fair, but let's see how it goes, y'all. All right, so we get there, and the place is beautiful, of course. And I listened to Color Me Pink, and she said that this is the same cabin that they use for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it does look like it. I guess when they were on the having the standoff in the driveway, but it's a beautiful place, so I'll allow it. I think it's interesting that they say Scott and Contessa are a little loud with what they do. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like a couple that's been in trouble to me. Or that, I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna quit saying it, but I just don't buy that whole thing for last year. But anyway, we'll move on. So yeah, the place is beautiful. They're going to assign places, bedrooms, because the men were like, listen, it gets down and dirty. They just go to running and trying to really figure out where people are sleeping. They ain't got time for that. All right, so Eugene and Toya show up, and Toya's, she's being nice. She's coming in talking about, look at the door, look at the bear. She come in, she greets everyone. She's like, wow, look at the view. It's really beautiful. But then she turns into regular Toya, where she's like, can we lock the doors and keep those other bitches out? And Dr. Simone is like, Toya, we left all that at home. But y'all, Dr. Simone just be all up in your face. I wouldn't be able to, like, she has no sense of, give me 5 feet, sis. It's still a pandemic. Oh no, it's not. They declare that the pandemic is over, right? Ain't that what y'all president said? But still, get out of my face. Give me my own personal space. It's a real thing. And she be in your face. I thought she was finna kiss Toya on the lips for real. But Toya then is like, don't be trying to put Eugene next to the kitchen so he'll get up and cook. I know you. So Simone stops her and she's just like, I need different energy from you. And in the confessional, she's like, Toya's coming through the door with that stank-a-dank-dank attitude. And I'm like, that's Toya. Sorry, that's just her. And I know people like her. Toya is stank. And that's that. All right, so Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone takes Toya. They sit her down in Dr. Simone's room. It's a very big, pretty room. And they tell her, listen, got to talk to you. And she says, oh, shoot, what I do? I feel like I'm about to get a lecture. And they're like, no, we just want you to, kind of communicate in a different way here. Like, we want it to go differently here. We don't want all of that rah-rah, basically. And she actually really did take it well. She said she spoke with her pastor, and her pastor said, hurt people, hurt people. And I'm like, she's so original. But anyway, and Toya's like, yeah, even though they wronged me, I need to find out what I did to them to hurt them. And I'm like, girl, did they wrong you? Did they really wrong you? Y'all, go back to the beginning of her issues with everyone. Anila, what did Anila do to her? Honestly. Audra, what did Audra do to her? She was the one that kept coming for Audra. So was Audra wrong with the chest bump and everything? Absolutely. But if we go back to where it originated, it's Toya. Sorry, it's Toya. But anyway, she took it well. Jackie gave her the compliment of saying, listen, you took that well. You didn't give any back talk or anything. So yay you. So kudos for Toya. And y'all, I have to say that all their hair looks really good. These ladies know how to bring it. They know how to present themselves now, all except Contessa at this point. They know how to have their hair on point, have their, I mean, Jackie and Simone doing better with the outfits and everything. So they have definitely stepped it up, all except Contessa. Y'all, Cecil be cracking me up. So the rest of the people come. Well, not all of them, but we got Dr. Heavenly comes, Quad, Audra, and her husband. I think Dr. Mark. Y'all, they come in with champion outfits on, and Cecil is like, "I love a good champion sweatshirt," and then he's like, "That's a jab, Simone," and he's like, matching sweatshirt sweatsuits. I can't even talk. Matching sweatsuits. He's like, the champion sweatsuits is on point. He was in the confessional. He said that was funny as shit. It actually was. I'm like, y'all better listen. I'm here for them, and the husband getting in on it too. Toya, you got to do better. Something's going on. They coming back at you, sis, because even though the prank with Anila and her husband was, I don't know, I think that was a bit much. They still was coming back at her. Toya used to just getting her shit off and nobody really saying nothing to her and getting away with it. So kudos to them. Come on, Audra. Oh, the other thing I wanted to point out was the fact that Dr. Eugene is in the kitchen. You guys, and I really feel like he loves cooking because I love cooking, and I feel like that's his space where he's calm. It's calming for him. It's relaxing for him. And because it is for me, like I just love being in the kitchen. When I'm in the kitchen, it really is very calming. It's a safe space. And I feel like it's the same thing for Dr. Eugene. I love that. I love that about him. Toya is really, really lucky because she gets it really well. I'm telling you, if she let him go, somebody gonna scoop him up. Won't be me, but somebody gonna scoop him up. I mean, the man cooks. He loves to cook. He is a doctor. He's very giving. You could just walk all over him. All right, too far. Too far. I like Dr. Eugene though. Y'all. So Dr. Heavenly says she want to be where people are not having sex. Quad is like, okay, then you with me. So they show Quad her room and they're like, this is your room. It got two full-size beds because we thought you were bringing a date and y'all wasn't going to be able to sleep together. And Dr. Heavenly says, because y'all ain't married. And this is the Bible bed. And Quad said, you was pregnant before you got married. My God, Dr. Heavenly's face dropped. And then, of course, we go back to the reunion where she kind of said she trapped daddy. And she kind of really did. She was just like, listen, I wasn't letting him go. So whatever, all's fair. All right, so Toya comes out from wherever she was, and she's like, what happened? Okay, a storm blew through. All the people are downstairs. Everybody that was named, she don't get along with. And then she's saying how she's not phony and she's not really comfortable with Audrey yet because she swung on her. Okay, fine. Dr. Heavenly comes upstairs. She speaks. She even goes over to Toya and is like, we good, right? We good, we good. And, it was phony, but it was just like, all right, we good. Audra and her husband, his name is Martin. Martin! It's not Mark. Martin comes up and Martin very nicely speaks to everyone. He even does a wave, which is very confusing for me. It's so confusing when people speak and wave at the same time because what? Why are you doing that? Why are you waving? I don't know. But he did it all and Toya and Eugene did not speak, which was very, very rude. And I'm like, what did he do to y'all? Like, honestly, and Eugene is just such a bitch, y'all. I just was really praising him like 2 minutes ago. But he really is like the girls. Like he is always involved. He's always his feelings. He's just too in his feelings all the time. He got a man up like the other ones that just don't allow the women shit to get to him. Jesus. So anyway, he doesn't speak. Audra is in the confessional saying, "How listen, I'm here with my man and I'm just trying to chill. I'm not here for all this stuff that's going on." And I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't work like that. I'm sorry. This is reality TV. This is how it goes. Y'all gonna have to have a conversation or something before it's let go. It's just not gonna be let go of like that. So you guys, I was not expecting what just happened. Okay, they almost got me with that. Um, Dr. Heavenly and Toya still sitting down talking and eating, and at first it was super phony, and then Dr. Heavenly apologizes very sincerely. Now y'all know Dr. Heavenly is not one to shy away from an apology. She don't care. She'll throw that shit out like it's nothing. Sorry, sorry, but is she really? No, because she repeats the behavior over and over again. So, and she'll even say she'll just give it up. She don't care. But you can tell it was very sincere, and she just kept owning it. She kept saying, "Listen, no matter what I'm going through," and Toya just kept saying, "Well, you lost your mom, so it's understandable. It's fine. It's fine." And at first I was like, she's giving me that. But then she started crying. And in the confessional, she's like, if you don't show empathy or compassion for someone losing their mom, you're an asshole. And I'm not an asshole. I just feel like it was just a whole lot of stuff with Toya. Yeah, she was real mad, but I'm happy this happened because I really, really did lose a whole heck of a lot of respect for Toya after she said she really didn't care about Dr. Heavenly's mom passing. And this is just making up for it. She really did. Maybe she was just super upset, but you got to watch what you say when you're mad. Like, that shit didn't go over well. I didn't like it at all. But this and all the compassion and the crying or whatever, and I just think number one, Toya has a lot going on. I do think her and Eugene are in a place because they were even kind of bickering a little bit, going back and forth, saying that they, woke up on the wrong side of the bed coming in. And I do feel like she is in a bad place with most of these people, and she don't want to be in a bad place with most of these people. I can say that Toya has been trying to be better since that season. Was it last season where she was real mean? Y'all remember when Toya was just like ridiculous? I think it was last season or maybe season before that or something, but she's been trying to be better. So I don't feel like she wants to have all this tension and be the odd man out with all these people. So the fact that Dr. Heavenly was issuing her a sincere apology, and yeah, I just think it was a lot of stuff kind of bottled up and built in, and it was a good moment. I really, really appreciated this moment. Y'all, I'm just stupid. Okay, so she's running around with her fertility doll and Sage and everything. They're trying for a baby. So when they say they were celibate, it was only for the month of December. It was only, right up until they got married, and they was like, so that when they did it, it would be magical. It's so funny because they were talking about the person in the room next to them, I guess after they got married. And it was talking about it was Karen and Anila, and all they was gonna hear was like, y'all dying laughing. They so stupid. I love the fact that they be cracking up together. But she takes a pregnancy test and yay, she's pregnant. So very happy moment. It'll be their first baby together. They have a Audra has a son. They're talking about how, he's always wanted a sibling. Audra says he's always asked, when can I have a sibling? And she was like, baby, somebody gotta save me from the streets first. And she cracked up. Y'all, I was just so loud, which loud people drive me crazy, but it was a good joke and she was laughing. So I'm gonna allow it. All right, so now it's time for oh no, it's not time for dinner. I'm jumping ahead. Anila and Karen gets there. It's actually quiet, and Toya, it's so funny. She has this fake smile that she does, where it looked like she's, maybe a little welcoming, but she was getting up, going the other way. Eugene didn't speak, and it's fine. So Anila right away says, "Let's go to the room." They go to the room. It's a teeny tiny room, and she's all, "Oh my God, I'm nervous." I'm not gonna keep comparing her to Dorit because I mean maybe it is a real thing. Maybe Dorit's thing was real because she's like, "Oh my God, close the windows, close this and that." I get it. She was violated. I get it. So they go up for dinner. Eugene is like, he's announcing that he made lasagna, he made garlic bread. That garlic bread looked good. Toy told me it looked fattening. I'm like, unfortunately, that's the good stuff. He was putting a lot of garlic butter on there. And he made a salad bar and all that. So Dr. Heavenly said the prayer, and they are all making their plates, and the food looked good. I feel like I should probably make lasagna for dinner. Let me ask my baby. Ooh, y'all, I want to point out a moment that I'm sure nobody else caught. I'm positive nobody else caught this. So they all sitting down eating. The men are in one spot, the women are in one spot. They talking about how good the food is. It looked good, y'all. I'm sure it probably really was good. Dr. Jackie so silly talking about I started to make lasagna for y'all. They like, what happened? I ain't want to offend Eugene. So they laughing. Audra's like, have you ever thought about trying to learn? And she's like, learn what? How to cook. I know how to cook. What you talking about? It was a cute little moment. But then the guys are over there. They're bigging up Eugene. The food was good, good drinks or whatever. And they're doing a toast. You guys, Dr. What's his name? Martin. He was trying to clink with Eugene, and Eugene did not clink with him twice on purpose. And Dr. Martin was just like, okay then. And I'm like, that was so petty and childish. Dr. Eugene is such a broad. I swear to God, he is. Y'all go back and look at that part. Go back and see what Dr. Martin do to you? Like, what do you have against him? Eugene is ridiculous, but that food did look good. Ooh, y'all. So we end off with the ladies at the table eating, and they're asking Anila how she's doing. She's talking about how hard it is and how her kids are having nightmares. And Toya's about to say something. And she's like, I'm really sorry that happened to you and your family. And Anila interrupts her, like, listen, I just want to know if somebody here thinks that I had something to do with it, or I was involved, or it was a setup, or I planned it. Whatever word she used. I just watched it, but I still can't remember. And Toya was like, shoot, I don't know you. I don't know what you are capable of or what you can do. And then everybody was just looking. Okay, so next week I guess it's gonna go down, and I can't wait. We need to talk about all this stuff. We need to get it all out. Audra, Toya, let's just get it all out there. But if you are still here, the episode actually wasn't bad. I fell asleep on it, so of course I'm just gonna assume it was not great. I was like, it wasn't great because I fell asleep, but I was real tired, so it's fine that I fell asleep. But yeah, it was entertaining. I'm not mad at it. I'm glad I decided to come and do the review. So if you are still here, you are the real MVP. I appreciate you. If you have not already, please like the video, consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next video. Smooches.